That's right. Next up, we're flying out of Honolulu and over to the Molokai Sea Cliffs. I know, it's incredible. We're going on a plane. A little Cessna. Oh my God. Okay, this might be my favorite Hawaii adventure just because it was such an interesting chain of events. I made friends with Becky while out on a neighborhood walk my first or second day visiting, and she totally made this whole thing possible. It was incredibly beautiful up there. And Mosey got to go with me, which was even better. So, Becky and I met up for walks a few times that week. And on one of the walks, she casually mentioned that her husband is working on getting his pilot's license and he's finishing up his hours. Goes up pretty much every day, she says. And if I want to go, I'm invited. Yeah, I totally want to go. I mean, I'd never been in a plane that small. In fact, I wasn't even really sure how small a Cessna was. But yeah, I'm always down for an adventure. Okay, I was a little bit nervous. I won't say that I was not. It's a small plane and you feel the turbulence more, but the guys did a really great job of explaining, how the air moves differently when it's moving around landforms. And I had Mosey right beside me and I grabbed her hand whenever I felt a little uncomfortable. It's an adventure. Sometimes it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, this is Diamond Head. Okay, I know so many things about it. Okay, so this crater formed over 300,000 years ago from one single volcanic eruption. So all this ash and fine particles flew up into the air, and then as it settled down in that little circular shape, it formed a new rock called tuff. There is a hiking trail up Diamond Head too. It's 0.8 miles, and the site says to give yourself 1.5 to 2 hours. It's a 560-foot gain. We zipped on across the ocean to check out Molokai and its sea cliffs. Man, it was incredible. These things rise up over 3,000 feet above sea level. Molokai actually used to be two separate islands. They were both formed by different volcanic flows, but then over time the two flows joined and then it formed just the one island of Molokai. And then, there's a very dramatic history here. Sometime later, there was a landslide that caused a third of the island to slide off into the ocean, leaving these very dramatic sea cliffs that we see now. Rad, right? Rivers have carved these dramatic valleys out across the landscape, too. Turbulence gets a little shifty around those valleys. Ooh, I thought that was a whale for a second. It wasn't, though. Ended in April. This is the Kalaupapa Peninsula. It was created by another volcano, a shield volcano, that bubbled up just off the shore of Molokai after the big landslides leaving the sea cliffs. That land's been inhabited for over 900 years and has served most recently as a leper colony, interestingly enough. We flew back along the sea cliffs, checking them out from another perspective. Then across the water and back to the, well, I guess it's not the mainland, but the larger island of Oahu. I kept my eyes peeled for those whales, but I'm out of season. We did have to do a few loop-de-loops around in this one area because a helicopter was in our flight space or something. I don't know. It was interesting. The pilots were very calm about it. They told us what was happening, and yeah, we just kind of enjoyed the extra few minutes up in the air. I had really hoped to live like a local on this adventure. I mean, that was honestly one of my goals. And I gotta say, this went way better than I had hoped for. I mean, I made a friend on a neighborhood walk. We engaged in whatever, just friendly conversation. And look at this little adventure that popped up as a result of that. I don't know. It's just awesome what can happen when we leave ourselves open to things.